You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
What happened at Montreal Trudeau Airport this morning felt like a scene no traveler wants to be part of. Confusion, long lines, and worried faces were everywhere as Air Transat passengers tried to figure out whether they were actually flying out or suddenly grounded. All of this unfolded because of the looming threat of a pilot's strike, which has pushed the airline to cancel and reschedule several flights with almost no warning. Many travelers only learned late last night, some as late as 11 p.m., that their departure times had been moved up dramatically. One example stood out: Flight TS 938 to Cancun, which was originally scheduled for 2:20 p.m. That departure was suddenly bumped to 9:35 a.m. A traveler who spoke with TVA Nouvelle said he arrived believing he had hours to spare, only to realize the entire schedule had been flipped overnight. He explained that their original 2:30 p.m. departure had been cancelled, and the new morning flight was announced by email long after most people were starting to wind down for the night. Others found themselves in even more complicated situations. One woman said she had already cleared security when she was suddenly told her flight was cancelled. She had to walk back to the airline counter, unsure whether her checked bags were still in the system or already on their way down the conveyor belt. Her story wasn't unique. Confusion like this was widespread, because many passengers had already begun the travel process before learning their plans had changed. By early Tuesday morning, 6 Air Transat flights departing from or arriving in Montreal and Toronto had been cancelled. The airline cited the formal strike notice issued by its pilots as the direct cause. Negotiations between the airline and the pilots' union are still underway, but if no agreement is reached, a full strike could begin as soon as Wednesday. That possibility has added a layer of urgency and anxiety to every decision the airline makes, from moving departure times to canceling flights outright. What makes the situation even more worrying for some travelers is that the possible strike comes at a moment when questions are already being raised about Air Transat's long-term stability. The airline industry has been under pressure, and any major operational disruption naturally raises concerns. For now, though, the most immediate impact is being felt by passengers who simply want to start their vacation or return home, and instead find themselves refreshing emails, standing in lines, and hoping their flight doesn't disappear from the board. With negotiations still in motion and the clock ticking toward a potential walkout, many travelers are bracing for more changes. Whether an agreement will be reached in time is still unclear, but for now, uncertainty is the only guarantee. Stay subscribed for more videos.